Dylan, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Dylan from United District has joined us today. It gave you a bit of excitement, gave you a bit of entertainment, you know.
I've got to say, this is better than last time I came up here. Last time I came up here was Newcastle 0-0 last season, where I came up specifically, I was like, oh, you know what, I want to see Ronaldo play. Never seen it in my life. He was shit.
Yeah. There you go, you got some goals.
70 minutes, got some goals, got some excitement.
Yeah.
Got my heart pumping up and down and everything.
What do you make of that today? Because some people are like, oh, Sheffield United, oh, it's embarrassing, you know, again, making it difficult for ourselves. But other people are like, we did everything right. It's just lack of being clinical. Mistakes cost us. How do you see it?
What I've learnt from that game, much more so being here at Old Trafford than watching on TV, is the fact that we really suffer when we don't have enough left-footed people on the pitch. Like watching Dallo and who's on the right hand's on Dallo's side, Garnacho, both being right-footed players on the left-hand side. It really infuriated me because he also had Ericsson on that side and everything as well, and so everyone was always trying to force everything onto their right foot. And I was quite annoyed when Ahmad didn't start. I know everyone's mentioned Ahmad. You mentioned Ahmad in the video just before. He should have started over Anthony because even Ten Hag said in his pre-match press conference he should be starting. He deserves the minutes, and I thought he was pretty decent when he came on.
He was really good.
It's nice to see someone who's playing like they don't have much pressure on them. Anthony plays like he's got a load of people on his back, which he does. But he plays there for 100 miles an hour. He plays a little bit like Bruno does sometimes, when Bruno's trying to force everything, which he did do at times today. But Ahmad plays, it just seems a lot nicer flow. More than anything,
and I agree. It's just the decisions he makes, the way he plays the game. He's just better. Like he's just better at doing things than him.
He's more composed.
Maybe a fully confident Anthony, if we ever see it, maybe that looks different. But right now, like you said, it must be Ahmad. A lot of people have criticised Bruno recently, especially, but this was a big game for him today. And recently, he's in a big vein of scoring goals.
He's stepping up. He really is stepping up. Since the Liverpool game, a lot of people around me, so it was pretty much me and then a load of like 65 plus year olds, I think it was season ticket holders around me. They were all first half, they were just kind of slamming Bruno.
Well, first half he was doing well, keeping the ball.
I thought he was doing well as well, but I think he was kind of all over the place on the floor a little bit at times. However, I think in the second half he really stepped up. He looked calm, Bruno, which is, as I was saying before, it's something that he does quite often, is he kind of gets a little bit riled up, a little bit flustered and tries to force everything. But he looked calm, he looked composed, and what I really liked at the end, which I really think shows his captaincy skills, is how much he was forcing the ball to Wheatley, or like he was trying to
really
find
wanted
him.
to find
but
him.
Those last 10 minutes, he was sat there the entire time looking for him every time. Obviously, that's when we're 4-2 up. It's all right, game's basically done. They're not... Well, against Coventry bottled, but you know, generally they're not going to score a couple of goals right at the end.
And to lay on the assist for Rasmus, you know, that was brilliant.
Lovely. That was right.
Good run from him, nice little chest, cross the ball, give Rasmus a tap in. And Rasmus needs that right now. He needs a confidence boost.
I think it was a game that both showed his footballing ability, fantastic, but also showed his leadership skills. Yeah. I really think we're benefiting now from Bruno Fernandes being more recently a little more calm, a little more composed, making good decisions. And as a result, we're scoring more goals. Still conceding a load of goals, tactical errors.
What did you make of the errors and the lack of care? You know, Onana gives a short one to Dallo, so they score. I haven't seen the goal back, the second goal of how what happened down our right hand side. But again, just a ball in. You know, it looked like he's open. Just poor. Baron Diaz gets it in easy.
As soon as goal went in, I went kind of scrolled Twitter a little bit to see what's happening. A lot of people were saying it looked like we were defending in slow motion. Which is something we've seen quite a lot.
And straight after half time again. So again, it's the lapses of concentration still there, mistakes still there.
We can't play for 90 minutes.
No.
We definitely can't play for 120 minutes. We've seen that, but we can't play for 90 minutes yet, and that is something obviously needs to improve. And it's a theme that's happened the last 6, 7, 8 years, continuously, just moments, silly moments. Like we're fine for 8% of the game, and 20% of the game we are worse than the worst team in the league. And I think a lot of the times with United, we play as well as our opposition does. So if we're playing a championship side, we play like a championship side. If we play against Liverpool, we still score twice against them, and they score twice against us. It's a theme that continues happening. But here, obviously, today, we managed to get over the line, nice and easy-ish. And we'll move on to the next game.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, isn't it? Because Burnley next, and Burnley will play better football than Sheffield United. They will play. They're not scared to play. But we should be winning that game. But tough games coming up. Palace doing well now with Elise and Eze in the side. Just beat Newcastle, slapped West Ham, beat Liverpool. They're on a good run. That's not going to be an easy away game. Brighton away last game of the season. Arsenal coming here. Newcastle coming here. It's tough.
I think the rest of this season, realistically, people only care to a certain point. Exactly. We're not in a top 4 race. We're not in a we care about the FA Cup final, and all I want to see is just some positivity. Like today, just some nice moves, some nice goals, players looking like they're vaguely confident, at least looking like they're not all over the place. And I also want to give a quick shout out to Harry Maguire, who I think against Coventry and today, immense. I'm assuming he's still playing with an injury, just like he did against Coventry.
He deserves his credit. He does.
He was fantastic, scoring his first goal, nice little flicked-on header from the Garnacho cross. And I think he's very much turned himself around in the last 6 months. And this is probably his best run before the Euros. Probably the best preparation he could have had before the Euros. And at this point, I think don't cash in on him. I said it, last month on What the Devil. I said, maybe we should, bag 30 million for him at the moment. But considering like Lindelof's out of contract next summer, Camboala's here, Johnny Evans might stay on. Maguire might be someone I think we should keep. It's very reactionary considering that that's just based on the last couple of games. But you can only base off what you've seen. And what we've seen in the last 2 games is pretty good.
Okay. Nice one. Safe travels, bro.
Cheers.
See you on What the Devil.
I'll be there.